every a lot of interviews that I've tried to do through Facebook Live, it does the same thing to me. So you're good.
Okay, then you understand.
And be
Yeah.
forewarned when we do it like this, especially with Zoom, we are cheap assholes. Okay, so Zoom's going to give us 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, no problem.
We'll just start another Zoom and continue talking from there.
Okay.
I think I'm going to rotate the camera. I feel more comfortable actually seeing you, so we're gonna turn it around where we can see you.
That's totally fine.
Ta-da!
Perfect.
What'd you do?
Do we need any?
Yes, we will blow you up there, and now you are big and we are tiny.
I feel so big.
Yeah, I'll grab a couple for us. No, chat it up here in a second. Just tell them kind of like what we normally do for the podcast, that we'll do the intro and then introduce them, and then we'll just pick up from there.
Well, you caught that, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he just did it. He wants me to tell you, but he just told me himself.
Perfect.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Trying to stay busy. It's not hard to stay busy right now. Trying to get ready for everything.
Yeah.
How about you all?
So much going on, so much planning, so many things that we got to do. Like I don't even know where to begin. Like we're scrambling. We're getting close to that season.
And I feel like I tried to work all year to prevent myself from scrambling right now, and it didn't matter.
No, it never fucking matters. Never.
No.
Especially when it comes to the unseeable variables that will consistently boulder their way into your
Man, I've had to do so many creative things to interview people over the internet, and it never ends. The technological difficulties.
Well, the thing is that it seems like every time I find a perfect platform that's actually sort of working for us, 2 weeks later they completely revamp everything. Oh, yeah. They did it with Zoom. Like with Zoom, it was easily like sending an invite, somebody could get it. You didn't have to have the Zoom app. Then all of a sudden you have to have the Zoom app.
And see, Streamlabs really took me for I had that for a hot minute, and it was supposed to be so easy, and you use the collab cam and all this crap.
OBS, when I was trying to stream, like everything I've ever used, nothing works the way it did. And it makes no sense. Like
I quit paying the premium ultra whatever for the year because it was useless. It was pointless. So
really and truly, we get more like footage off of this bullshit free Zoom for 45 minutes. Almost every interview we have done lately, we've had to defat to Zoom.
I used to have to, so I would call someone on Zoom like this, mute myself on Zoom, use another webcam to then put me on Streamlabs, and then cast the screen to Streamlabs, and
jumping from the hoops just to figure out how to do it that way.
Oh yeah,
that forever.
It's so absolutely.
Well, the problem is that we're already partially dumb. We don't need anyone else compounding that particular situation.
I feel that so hard.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to introduce it. I'll say, welcome to the show. We'll introduce each other. Then we'll say who you are, what you're going to represent, say welcome you, and then we'll just kind of spitfire from there.
That sounds awesome to me.
It will definitely kick us off halfway. We are not satisfied with a fucking 45-minute interview, which is now down to 30 minutes. So it's more like an hour. So I hope you have some sitting power. You ain't got shit to do you?
I don't have anything to do too soon. I may have something to do in roughly 30-ish minutes. So I may have to jump off early.
If you have to jump off, can you jump back on after you're done with your?
Yeah, I should actually be able to do that.
That's perfect, because we'll be up dicking around all night. So
okay,
so let's
sweet.
Get it started then.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Rotten Mornings. I am your completely inept host, Matt, with
I am Grim. Hello.
I am Carrie.
And today we have an amazing guest. We have only really got to talk to this guy in person one time at the end of CreepyCon last year. He came and found us at our booth, and what a phenomenal actor, what a phenomenal guy. We've sat through a couple of his Creature Corner skits and finding out that this dude has a fucking ton in common with us. Our comedy is online, dude. I fucking love it.
He's better.
So here we go. This is fucking Kris Bell.
Hey, thanks, Rotten, for having me. Matt, Carrie, and Grim. It's awesome to sit down with you. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yes, glad you are here.
Oh, it was an awesome time meeting you guys last year at CreepyCon. Are you guys geared up for this year?
God, we are geared up like because we don't have anything ready.
Yeah. Secretly, neither do I, but don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Well, we're those people that go on stage and just like, know that the stage is going to lead us in the right direction.
Exactly. I feel that.
So, either way, they got to watch us. So.
They got to watch us. We got no option.
Yeah.
So where did you really get your start in this particular business? Not necessarily the haunt world, but more the movie cinematography world.
Yeah. So, I mean, filming and things like that and making little short videos and stuff is something that I've kind of always done since like middle school. We were able to do little things. I went to college as a theater major and then spent a few years traveling around as a independent professional wrestler.
I saw that.
Thank you. And then, I got into I became a stand-up comedian. I really started pursuing that a lot, which led me to the whole MC gig where I'm hosting these large events. And with all of that, I've met so many incredibly talented people at these conventions and things. And I've been able to build up this amazing team of people that has gotten me back into cinematography and directing and writing and acting. And so I guess all of that leading up to here is kind of where it's gotten me.
Well, I know that in the haunt industry, like if you want to get into entertainment, like you dip your toes in that water, you will find so many people that are like-minded, that like doing the videos.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, the exact same way that, I started making stuff back when I was in middle school. This is back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because of the haunt industry, I found them and I found so many other people and was able to, with that, start networking the haunts as well, because we're all about the world as well. So
it's helping each other out, coming together as a community and networking, and nobody trying to be better than anybody else. We're just helping each other grow. That's solely what I believe in.
And really and truly, like the CreepyCon was one of the first like horror cons we ever went to, and it wasn't last year; it was year before last. And
awesome!
It was just it was a super eye opener seeing how. I mean, it's a community ripe, man. Like
it really is.
People with different talents, with everything you could fucking imagine is in that community.
Yeah. And I've always said that about CreepyCon, that where I never want to badmouth any other conventions because everybody puts on great shows. It's not easy to put on shows that big, but CreepyCon, I think, is one of the few conventions that really focuses on the attendees more than just having like the biggest and the most mainstream guests and, blah, blah, blah. They focus on vendors and community and live entertainment, and it's just, I love it every year.
I have to agree. After going to CreepyCon and going to some other convention, like I can easily say that what you said is very truthful. One of the things that we've always felt at CreepyCon walking around is like, even the first year we went there was not a time that somebody wasn't shaking our hand, that somebody wasn't talking about what they've got going on, not just trying to sell us something, but trying to sell the concept of community.
Yes, and it was such a good vibe, good feeling from it.
I agree. See, and that's I think really what we want to push is for everybody's having a good time. Nobody feels like they're being judged for what they enjoy, or nobody feels like it's just one big sales convention. So no, I appreciate you all saying that, because I know the showrunners and myself, we work very hard to to put on a good show every year.
You guys do an amazing
Well,
job.
let's switch gears for a little bit. I don't want to get too deep on CreepyCon. Of course, we will see everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Wait to go and
So
see everybody there this year.
excited.
You better go get your damn tickets now.
Yeah, it's time.
Let's swap gears and really get to the heart of why we are here today. Would you like to just sort of introduce the audience to your Indiegogo and your the film that you're currently working on?
Yes, absolutely. So I am currently in pre-production for my very first large project like this, titled What Dwells Beneath, which I feel is a very Lovecraftian inspired cosmic horror. I've always wanted to make a creature feature. That has been one of my dreams forever, and I now have enough people in my life that I can build monsters and bring those things to life. And so I have this really incredible location that I just happened to stumble upon with my fiance one day, while we were out exploring, because that's something we enjoy doing. And the location itself is so incredible that I had to do something with it. It just sparked something like something needs to be filmed here.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing the pictures of some of the shots that you got, like you ain't gotta add shit. That is
No, it's
100% eldritch horror right there.
Yes. I was blown away by it, and I continue to be.
So talented. Like, holy, I'm so honored to be talking with you.
Shit, thank you. You don't have to. My God. No, I appreciate that. I try really hard to put, a lot of hard work into what I do and bring a good product out. And I think people that love horror and creature features and just anything more real world and at the same time completely out of the box, I think that What Dwells Beneath is going to be a really cool feature for everybody.
So would you can you give us just a quick breakdown of sort of your plot leading up to the thicket of the movie?
What you can say.
Absolutely. So oh yeah. So the film follows a group of urban explorers. So people that, love secrets and hidden places and the allure of the unknown. They stumble upon this abandoned cave that was a tourist attraction back in 1912. And it has since been closed down after a series of accidents and things like that happened, completely abandoned and untouched. So our group of intrepid explorers go to check out this cave very innocently and just curious, out of sheer curiosity. They delve deeper and deeper into the cave before unwittingly awakening this ancient evil that definitely should have been left undisturbed.
Nice.
Oh,
Love it. Very well worded too.
it's so excited.
Thank you.
So in that you're filming in a cave. How now I used to live in Florence. We had the coffee cave system out there.
Love
Yes.
it.
And we would go spelunking, but there's some really scary and sketchy shit in there. How have you now? I've seen some of your shots where you already have your lights set up. How is it coming from filmmakers to set up a fucking scene with lights and your cameras and have everything in a fucking cave? My friends used to walk in a cave. They would constantly run into the walls.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle to not only make each scene look naturally lit from basically headlamps and things like that. Like, I don't want it to look like it's cinematically lit or anything like that, but at the same time, this isn't going to be a found footage film. So this is strictly cinematically shot. So setting up those scenes can be very difficult. Just kind of setting up where those lights go and in relation to where the camera sits, to where you're not throwing shadows any weird way.
And water and everything that's happening in there.
Yes, and catching audio in there can be very
Oh
difficult.
God, I didn't even think about how much a bitch audio is going to be, and how much if it's humid in there. Like, how do your lenses deal with that?
So that is a little bit of an obstacle that we've had to come across is dealing with the amount of humidity that's in the cave, because a lot of people don't know we are in an actual cave. This is an actual abandoned tourist cave. The backstory of the movie is very much really what the cave is. So it goes back about 1.5 miles into this thing. And the drips that happen and all the reverberation bouncing off the walls and everything when you're just trying to speak it's a lot to get around. But the worst part about it is it's very disorienting. The whole just being in a cave, you very quickly lose time and just a sense of direction altogether.
Especially when you've been in there for a while.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And our team has, they're really trudging through it. We are still in pre-production now, but once the production rolls, we're only looking at a 3-day shoot to knock out this entire feature. So that's kind of why we need the funding that we need, because I'm paying everybody on this project. We're bringing in some top talent from out of town. Some of the best cosplayers in the area are working on the monsters themselves. So everybody's all hands on deck, and I couldn't ask for a better crew to be working with.
I wanna ask, has there been anything strange happening during the filming of this in the cave?
So yeah, we have thus far, we've only gone out and done some like location scouting shots and kind of establishing what the scenes are going to look like, figuring out what obstacles we're going to run into while we're filming. And a lot of times if someone has to branch off on their own and like run back and grab some equipment or something, that's normally, nobody wants to do it by themselves. It's very like, it's the cave that we're in. It does have a lot of activity going on in it. A lot of times you can, even if it's not actual voices you're hearing, your conversation, you can hear your own conversation happening 5 minutes after you've had it from down the hallway. So it's
the mind play on that. Oh my God.
It's very easy to see why people that were only like equipped with like a torch as a light believed that there were giant cave monsters.
Yeah, which I don't even have a torch and a light, and I'm still buying into the cave monster thing. So yes. you spoke about the raising the funds, and I know you've got an Indiegogo. Could you give a little bit more detail on the Indiegogo, possibly some of the perks to donating to that? Absolutely. So we have some really cool perks, in my opinion, set up. Some of them are as low as $10. So, I understand not everybody has a ton of money to give to a big project, but every little bit helps us. So anything anybody's able to give, we will gladly take it. But some of the cooler perks that we've got, of course, for like $15, you can get a signed DVD when the feature comes out. You're able to get a signed limited edition poster, because the current flyer and poster that we have is not what the final movie production poster is going to be. So this teaser poster will eventually go away, and that'll kind of be a special collector's item at a certain point. My favorite perks are the sponsor a monster and the adopt a monster perk. I was going to ask you what that exactly meant. That's one of the ones that stood out to me. Yes. So for $100, you can sponsor one of our monsters. We have to feed and water and house these monsters, and it's not easy keeping up with them. So, yeah, with your donations, we can help keep them steady. You'll receive a few updates about your monster that you're sponsoring throughout the process of its life. And the adopt a monster perk, you, for just $500, can symbolically adopt a monster. So
that is such a heartfelt gesture.
I really listen, please. Courthouse. I was gonna say, please. The coolest thing you could do was put adoption papers, and then in your credits, flipping by as the credits, just some of the adoption papers go. Here's
And that exit, you will receive adoption papers. You will receive very regular updates throughout the entire creation process of the monster. And once the film has wrapped, you will receive a screen used piece of the monster.
Oh, that's awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so you get to keep it forever.
And that everybody can find that just by going to Indiegogo and looking up What Dwells Beneath, or following the links that are both at the What Dwells Beneath Facebook. We have some up on Rotten also that you guys can go and check out.
Yes.
And everything helps, dude. This movie idea it sounds phenomenal, guys. I promise you, what I've seen of their sets is fucking badass. And I've seen you in action, man. I've watched a bunch of your skits. I watched a bunch of your 3-minute horror, real world horror. I love the shit out of them. The guy getting his tongue tore out because the fucking server enjoy it also, like, is fucking genius.
Thank you. I tried to really adapt some horror movies to the digital age of TikTok and things like that. And you can maybe just get a minute out.
You were making some random references, and Carrie and I just started screaming. It was just hilarious.
We found even making commercials for haunts, like, we've got one haunt that loves making like movie commercials, like 10-minute commercials, and we're like, dude, 30 seconds
to a minute.
Everybody is going to be tired of it. They're going to be like, why am I still watching this fucking movie?
They're not going to tune in for it. And that, doing the haunts and things like that, that's also, I've done the haunt commercials. We do the big haunt tour every year with CreepyCon. We go out and review a ton of different haunts. So yeah, I love being in the haunt community.
Agree. And plus, it's the fucking most entertaining thing you can do with your time to go to a haunted house. I don't give a fuck.
It really is.
No matter what else you do, I've gone and tried to watch sports. They're not fun.
Now,
I've gone and tried to do all these other things, and really and truly going to a fucking haunt is it's the epitome of happy for me.
Oh, hands down. It's my favorite time of year.
Oh, yes.
So, I know that you're saying that it's a very sort of H.P. Lovecraft mental, but also it is a creature feature.
Yes.
Is there any info about the creatures that you could kind of hint at, or is that all hush hush?
I can say that there will be around 5 or 6 different types of monster.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to fucking hear, man.
Yeah. Yes. There's quite a variety pack of different monsters that they will encounter within the
Is it this? No, I don't know. I don't want to ruin it.
I'm pretty excited for the movie, but now that I'm hearing you talk about it like personally, it's just I'm even more excited to see it now. And I know everybody that's listening to the podcast right now is probably feeling the exact same way.
Yeah.
I hope.
Let me ask you this: are you playing the lead in it, or are you taking just a directorial?
So I'm not necessarily the lead, but I am playing one of the characters. So I have 3 main characters and a few side characters and things like that. Our main 3 people that are on the team are Jordan, Bo, and Gray, which Jordan will be played by an actress named Jennifer Pearl, coming out of Georgia. She is incredibly talented. She's been in a few of the Strange films, productions with August Aguilar. I love August. Dustin Paul Payne, who works with Frightworks Haunted Attraction, and he helps out every year at CreepyCon. He will be playing Gray, and I'm super excited to work with him. I will be playing the part of Bo, so I'll be part of the urban exploration team. And then an old wrestler friend of mine, Jonathan Llewellyn, will be taking over the role of Kyle, who is Bo's older brother, who is just kind of an oafish drunk that Bo felt bad for and decided to bring along on their trip.
I love it.
Gotta pad those numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta pad those numbers.
Yeah, I need people.
How many times it's like, you know what? We got a couple extra people over here running a light. They could be murdered.
I could use a few more murders. And that's another thing I definitely want to bring, you know, a very gory monster movie to life. You know,
never have too much gore.
No.
I agree. I want some pretty grisly deaths in this place.
I'm gonna be interested to see what happens when you guys leave that cave. Somebody finds the movie, decides to go back in, and finds just blood and gut
Yeah.
on the fucking walls.
See, that's the cool thing about this cave is back in the 80s, they actually found human remains in one of the, and they dated back over 3,000 years.
Holy
Very
shit!
nice.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so this was
I'd like
a
to learn more about that. Like, do you have any leads as to who wrote it? Is there articles? Like, is there anything you else you found?
there are a few articles about it. There's not a lot of info on it, other than just the fact that it opened officially as a tourist attraction in around 1912, and it was never able to stay open until it finally became completely abandoned.
That would be a fun research project. I love doing research, like
Yes.
researching more into this cave and what's happened.
It's definitely a very cool place.
You know, it draws to me as sort of a question about being haunted. Now, you have, say, for instance, you have somebody 3,000 years old, so you got a 3,000-year-old ghost,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys come in there and you're all like, yeah, dude, that's cool. Check out my iPhone, yabba, yabba, yabba. And then, like, the ghost is over there, like, you know, communicating to you, like, hey, I'm a ghost. It's all cool.
Uh-huh.
But all you hear is like, it's like, no, bro, it's just the language barrier.
It's just we just don't understand each other.
No. We're just not communicating well. I don't know the iPhone.
I didn't mean to knock you over. I was getting
My
something back.
my sound guy Brian showed up on set a little earlier than the rest of us, and he kind of went into the cave on his own for a minute and came right back out and met all of us. He was like, I don't know what it was, but I was on my way out and I was listening through the headphones and I just hear this thing go like, ugh. And I was like, I'm out of here.
It's probably him like, hey, this is how we say hello by language.
Hey. There was also one of the last times that we made it to the very back of the cave. There was just a painting on one of the rocks that said turn back. And I was like, well, obviously I got to keep walking past this.
No shit. That's where they hide the treasure.
I was like, this is it. Yeah, it's a little further and there's the box. But
Yep.
the only treasure I found were mountains of poop. And I look up and there are just thousands of bats in this hole up above me. Like, this is where the bats live, is in the back of this cave.
You get
that?
Yes.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Listen, you get some of that quality gasoline bat shit smell. Like, I know that smell far too well.
It creeped me out too, because I was like, it smells like death back here. And my girlfriend, my fiance, was just like, it smells like something lives here. I was like, okay.
That's ethanol poop.
Yeah, she knew what was up. That's why she didn't come. She let me. She's like, you go past the turn back rock.
Very smart.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's how I get offed. Is right there. Just
It's like, no. You go in. And the sound guy said, fuck it. We don't like going out by ourselves, but you got this. Come on.
You
get
got
your
it.
ass in there, Chris.
yeah. Oh, and I've gotten to just take people. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I've gotten to take, my closest friends now into a cave and been like, that little hole right there, you're going to get in that.
That's 100%. Oh, and there's nothing that scares me more. I remember watching the movie about the girls that go cave
To be honest,
spelunking.
if it's a small
Oh, yeah.
area, Carrie would
They-
dive into it on her own.
The
The
beginning of
descent.
it where she's just crawling through a tiny thing. That's what gets me. The whole movie didn't scare me. Just
Oh, yeah.
that tiny, man, I get anxiety for those things.
It's awful climbing through small spaces in an unknown cave.
Yeah, yeah.
It
So-
sounds fun.
So tell us a little bit about Creatures Corner that you also work on.
Yes. So the Creature Corner is kind of my podcast that was born from the falling apart of everything in 2020.
Mm.
So I had just started with another crew that I'm not going to mention on here. I was working with them for a little while, doing a lot of horror celebrity interviews, which was awesome. I was getting to, talk to a lot of people that I really looked up to in the horror community and that I'd watched growing up as a kid. But the CEO of that production company really ended up being an insane, like, racist, horrible douchebag. So
Sorry for having to endure that. Very sorry about that.
yeah, it wasn't cool. And so we cut ties with that, and through a bunch of legal crap, he tried to keep the original name of my podcast and all of my old audio and things like that. So I said, screw it. You don't have a show when you don't have me. So I went out and started my own deal, and
There
the
you
Creature
go.
Corner was born.
That's awesome.
So I've gotten to do a lot, basically anything I want now. If I want to do celebrity interviews, I can do that. If I want to do the little everyday horror shorts, I can do that. Any kind of parody thing, I did like cryptid mockumentaries for a while.
I loved your Hodag documentary. I thought that shit was like right there with the same way we would have done that is very good because dude, you have that first person point of view where your camera is right behind the stuffed animal and you're just kind of moving it forward through the woods. That shit was fucking hilarious. And then the guy coming on going, y'all playing that whole dag. That shit was classic.
You getting to move forward and have your creative freedom and do whatever it is you want to do. We can relate and we find it very beautiful, and I'm glad you get to experience that.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I definitely feel a lot better doing my own thing. And not to touch too much on CreepyCon, but I will be doing a live stage version of my Creature Corner interview show this year at CreepyCon. Yeah.
Yes.
That has not been officially announced, but I'll announce it right here.
All right. So the 3 people that listen to our podcast will definitely fucking hear that.
They're gonna lose their minds.
Yeah, they'll be telling people, but they won't want to say like I listen to ROTN Mournings. Like I don't know, I heard it from somebody.
I overheard from I don't know.
I wasn't listening to that terrible podcast.
So yeah, we'll have all the featured guests that are going to be at CreepyCon this year up on stage. I'll be interviewing each and every one of them in my own style.
Are you going to be doing your games still?
Yes, that is.
Because I learned something from your game that you put up that I definitely didn't realize, that the Tooth Fairy was a fucking Bloomhouse. Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah, get that out of my Bloomhouse is one of my favorite games to play. So
that's very fucking genius, man.
Thank you so much. People have a good time with the games, and it's Q&As at conventions are so monotonous, and
yeah.
I just have an 8-part question for you about that.
Exactly.
I hate it.
I don't know what part to answer, and I forget half of it all the way through. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, the thing with us is it's just like you were saying about preparation. Like if we prep to do an interview, it's going to be a boring ass prepped interview. If we like just go, look, man, I got a kind of an idea. I did a little perusing. Let's just fucking pal about it. It always ends up being so much more entertaining and so much more like it's easier to talk about.
Right. No, I agree with that 100%. I like I like some general questions that I have for people just to keep a format going, which is what it seems like you guys are doing, which is, I appreciate that a lot.
We attempt to have a format, I promise you. If you saw our live when we were attempting to get you on there and all the random shit that was going on then, that's pretty much our format.
Yeah.
I like it though. I love it. The chaos and the fun. And I mean, you guys have an awesome viewership and everything. So you guys should be very proud of what you're doing.
And everybody, almost every single person that was on that live will be at fucking CreepyCon. All those people that were there will be at CreepyCon.
I love hearing that because it just gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I mean, like, again, we literally have zero idea what we're gonna do, but that's when we do some of our best shit.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah, something good will come of this. I know it.
So would you like to point anybody in a direction to find more social media or more presence, just even if you just want to repeat the Creature Corner and everything else?
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me at the Creature Corner. You can follow me over at the Grand Duke of Spook, which is my whole stage persona.
Creature Corner is K Creature K Corner.
Yes, and those are the only 2 Ks. We don't continue with the Ks. Because, yeah. The Creature Corner calendar didn't go over well.
That never worked.
We had to move. Oh no. So yeah, give me a follow there. I'm at Kris Bell Comedy. You can add me as a friend as just Kris Bell, and of course follow the What Dwells Beneath Facebook page.
And go to the Indiegogo if you have anything you can sponsor this movie. Adopt a monster.
Yes.
I mean, they need families just like everybody else.
I'm just saying, who else is going to let you adopt a monster?
Who else? In what world do you get to adopt a monster? No other world.
Yeah.
I want to adopt a monster.
See, you can go on Indiegogo right now, and I guarantee you, no one else is letting you adopt a monster.
I know that's right. I keep trying to get them adopted, and they just come right back.
They just
I just adopted.
Oh, okay. So now Grim has adopted Carrie.
Okay, see, we've brought people together here tonight.
we're just unburning bridges tonight.
That's right. I love it.
So
that's all I had to say.
Let's see. Graham is normally really good with off the wall questions. Can you give us an off the wall question now?
All right. I want to know. Old MacDonald had a farm. How did he get that farm?
He actually sold his brother out to the mafia years ago. And due to the rising ammonia nitrate scandal that he was producing on his farm that allowed the mafia to blow up banks and things like that, the brother wasn't cool with that. So he offed him, sold him out to the mafia, and inherited the farm, which was actually an undercover operation for ammonia nitrate.
Oh, wow. I 04.
Yeah.
Pell City? Yeah. Hello, good sir.
And I'm back. Hey.
All right, let's get you back set up over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Here we go. All right, hold on. Give me some Valium. There we go. All righty. That's good. Edit, as it were. All right.
Break.
I got a good break. How about you all?
Oh,
It
pretty
was.
good.
We made some TikToks.
We killed Gary.
There we go.
He's dead.
He's dead.
I introduced her to one of my tree friends, and they really hit it off. So she's out there having a conversation.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yes.
I love it.
So, coming back for this round of questioning.
Yes.
I know we've kind of gotten pretty deep on the movie and what you've got going on. Is there anything else you'd like to add into any of the pluggings at all that you haven't gone over, or that anything the audience needs to know about?
Really just, we've got, I think, 56 days left on our crowdfunding campaign. We're trying to hit 5,000. If we can do over them, if we can do more than that, then I can bring you even more of a movie. So, but at least 5,000 will get us, I think, a decent movie.
So, guys, you hear that? You've got that many days left. Get on there and get you some perks. Go adopt a monster. Like, honestly, go adopt them.
Do it.
Pretty please.
Look, we have friends on here that have a command for that kind of cash. We have friends.
Yeah.
Go adopt a monster. What else are you doing with your money? You're wasting it.
Yeah, for real. Just come adopt one of my monsters. It's a much better use of your time and money.
Much better. So, being that we've gone over some things, I asked Grim to find us some questions just so we can get to know a little bit more about Kris.
Yes, and I put a list of questions. Some of them I may not use. Okay.
Yes.
Are you ready for question number 1?
Absolutely.
That was the first question.
You got it. Oh yeah.
You're winning.
I thank you.
We're losing.
Yeah, we're losing.
I don't think anybody's losers here. Come on.
Okay,
Now.
Nobody's losing. He's just also winning. Put that finger away.
All right. If you could switch bodies with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
Jack Black. I want to get all that funky energy that is just pumping out of that man. Yeah, I want to feel that. Yeah, definitely Jack Black.
That's a very good answer.
I love that.
Yeah.
So next question. What's the weirdest gift you've ever given or received on a date?
And don't get too dirty.
The weirdest gift I've ever given or received on a date. I guess. Oh man, I don't know if maybe it was a date. It was a friend date. Does that count?
Yeah, that still counts.
Yes, it's a date.
Okay. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, they said that's good.
Okay. All right. As long as it's cool with the outside, the producers. Okay. So, I went on a friend date with this person who introduced me to one of his friends, and we kind of hit it off a little bit. And later that evening, that gentleman gave me the gift of showing me that he kept a small box of medical slides that you put under a microscope that contain body parts. And he goes, you know what I do with these? And I said, what? And he took one out and he put it in his mouth and he took it back out and he goes, now I can go to work tomorrow and say I had a pancreas in my mouth. And so
freaking genius.
So he gave me some medical slides to take home. Now
same thing, right? So you can tell people that you had a liver in your mouth today.
Exactly. So that was the sweet gift.
I'm sure he kept the pancreas. I mean, it seemed like that was his cash cow.
Yeah, that was he wouldn't let go of the pancreas.
Okay, wait, I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
No. So being that we're in the haunt community, I know that you are very well versed in movies. And I know if somebody asks you sort of like, what's your favorite horror movie? That fucking question is impossible to answer.
Absolutely.
Does not work. So let's go for antagonist. Who is your favorite antagonist?
Oh,
Doesn't have to
Okay.
be a monster, just an
or
antagonist.
one of your top favorites.
You know, I gotta say, ooh, Pumpkinhead.
That's that is her favorite. Literally her
Real.
favorite.
Oh, Pumpkinhead's my yes. Pumpkinhead's the best. He's hilarious.
Yes.
And he like I love just when he smushes the first Pumpkinhead though.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, with Lance.
Absolutely.
Yes. The one with Lance, Tom Woodruff Jr. as Pumpkinhead, that was hands down the best one. So yeah, Pumpkinhead's definitely my favorite.
I'm going you so much
So
more.
being that you love Pumpkinhead, how do you feel about the fact that they are currently working on a reboot of Pumpkinhead?
I do not like it.
Yeah.
I do not like it, mostly because Tom Woodruff. So Tom Woodruff Jr. I'm going to go off on my Tom Woodruff Jr. rant. Tom Woodruff Jr. has created so many monsters over the years, and you hear about Tom Savini, and not taking anything away from Tom Savini. You know, as a practical effects person, he's incredible, but nobody ever talks about what Tom Woodruff Jr. does for everything. He's the guy that built the new Pennywise headdress. He's done Alien, Predator, Jurassic Park, the Monster Squad.
Wow.
He created Tremors, the Graboids. That's all.
Nice.
Like he created Pumpkinhead. He piloted Pumpkinhead, and he's not involved at all in the reboot. And it's
I know that.
yeah.
He was involved.
So yeah, he's not involved in the reboot. I'm decent friends with Tom. I talk to him from time to time, and yeah, he's just not involved with it at all. And he's so talented at what he does, and his studio is so incredible. Yeah,
I'm involved.
It's just someone that was trained by Stan Winston and came out of the Stan Winston studio. Is just, I don't know. I feel like he's wasted in Hollywood. He's one of the most under talked about.
Yeah,
I have to definitely agree with you, because when you hear people spitting the names, it's not one of the top names. You even hear like Harryhausen from Nathan and the Argonauts and shit. And
exactly.
Like, that's wild, man. Well, there you go, audience. A bit of information for you fuckers.
Yeah,
we don't want to be too smart. People don't expect that from us.
No, I just have times when I vomit information out that's valid every now and again.
Okay, Grimm's got another stupid question for you.
Hit me.
These are good questions. Stop laughing. Okay. If you were a character in a horror movie, how would you avoid getting killed?
By just keeping my headphones in and listening to music and continuing to do whatever arbitrary job I needed to do. There's always that scene where there's like the janitor and he's got his headphones in, and there's just people getting destroyed and murdered behind him, but he goes unfazed because he didn't get involved.
That is very true. That is a genius idea. So what you're saying is the best way for you to survive a horror movie is to pretend like you are definitely not in a horror movie.
Yes. Just ignore it and stay out of it. If it doesn't concern you, don't involve yourself.
Perceptual control. I love it. I love it.
It's all an illusion. So
being ignored is something I hate. That is the one thing I can't stand.
As long as you're not in a horror movie with her hunting down.
If somebody is not noticing me when I'm trying to do something, they're dead. They're the first to die.
So it doesn't work there. My theory's out.
In that one particular case, that does not work. And plus, she's just building this. She asks everybody this to make sure that when she goes...
Stop. Stop.
When she finally decides to kill people, that she'll know everything to get, she'll have it all together.
I see. Gathering insider information. I see.
No, I'm not capable. We're done here.
We're done here. All right, I've got another question for you.
Yes.
Being that you said that Pumpkinhead is one of your favorites, what movie what was really your introduction into the horror movie genre in the first place?
So my mom was a big horror fan growing up, and she and the family used to very much enjoy watching me get scared at horror movies at a young age. So my introduction to horror was like Hellraiser and Leprechaun. Hellraiser was a little it was a little over my head. I didn't really understand it when I was like 5 or 6. But Leprechaun terrified me. That was a very feasible foe. And leprechauns were very, very, in a big part of my life at 5 and 6.
As a kid, you're gonna see more of that than
And my uncle took a lot of pleasure in he would take these walkie-talkies and he would hide one of the walkie-talkies under my bed and then pretend to be the leprechaun talking to me from other rooms. So yeah, that was
fucking hilarious.
That was my introduction to horror. And I've loved it ever since.
So Warwick Davis definitely had something to do with your coming into horror.
Yes, Warwick Davis and Mr. Doug Bradley. Doug Bradley ended up being the very first horror interview that I ever got to do.
That is metal as fuck. I am jealous. Doug Bradley is a badass.
I got to tell him that my mommy showed him to me when I was like 6. He was just like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's probably like, oh, geez, buddy.
What were you doing?
All right, you ready? You ready for another question?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you rather have an eternally itchy butthole or a nipple on your face?
Nipple on the face.
Nipple on the face?
All day. That is that's a talking point, and I'm not uncomfortable.
True story.
And
that's
you can get it pierced.
Exactly. I can get a piercing. I'll just be an audit, like whatever. Especially in 2023, you can't make fun of me.
No shit.
Somebody's gonna use you for something.
You mean the pierced nippled head guy? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he should wear something over that though, because I
don't. Can't you pull your mask up off your face and cover your nipple? It's gone.
Or a weird mold.
That's just another game of life.
Inquiring minds. Yeah. Is it melanin or is it just the skin tag?
All right. So, have you ever had a dream that came true?
Yes. Absolutely. Let's see. I've had a couple. Mostly it's stupid little things. It's never anything like big and prophetic or anything like that. Like I think once I dreamt that I had burned that I was cooking. I dreamt that I was cooking, I don't know, and woke up and had in fact somehow already put things into the oven. And
that's dangerous, Chris. That's dangerous.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had managed to do that. I've done that a couple of times. And once the smoke alarm woke me up because I burned the biscuits. That I didn't remember.
So Chris, you're a bit of a walker, aren't you?
Apparently, every now and again. It's not like a very common thing.
So, are you going to deal with your sleepwalking in the movie?
It's never been a big enough part of my life to have to deal with. I didn't even think about it in the movie.
I asked that because one time us sleeping in a cave overnight and somebody waking up thinking it was their house and they just go to the bathroom and they stepped off like a 20-foot rock into the mouth of the cave because they just went wandering off in the dark. Whatever. My friends were really dumb.
I love caving and I love discovering crazy crap and the beauty of a cave.
Yes, I know. I absolutely love that.
What do you call it? Splunking?
Spelunking.
Okay. I've always said caving. I don't know why.
I think caving is like an Urban Dictionary thing. I think that's what a guy.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Oh, okay. I want to know, are you an alien?
Absolutely.
Just like that. Just like that.
Oh my God!
There you have it, people. There you have it.
You know, I don't think that it's any, you know, me and Roswell here, we've been together for years now, hanging out. I rescued him from Area 51 prior to everyone announcing that they were going to rush it. You don't tell people you're going to go in. You slide in. Me and Roswell made it out.
The thief in the night proclamation.
Yeah, that's so.
I also noticed that in your background, you have an automated vampire toy.
Yes.
In a very, very early skit I made a skit called Interview with a Fake Vampire, where it was a guy literally interviewing that toy that you have on your back counter. It was very boring, stupid, but hilarious. So
I love
nostalgia.
I've got Frank over here too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Man, those are classic.
Oh yeah, the old school Universal monsters. I love them. Back there.
So, what is a recent accomplishment that you are very proud of?
Really just getting this this film made. I've got some pretty cool I've got a pretty cool event that I've been putting together with some really awesome people called Camp Dreadwood, which
I've heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's coming September of next year. That's going to be a 2-day, 2-night horror movie camping experience that happens in an old Western ghost town.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm super pumped to be part of like running my first event, my first big event really, and you know, working on this big production and getting this campaign off the ground. Period. I've got, I think 14% of the funds raised in the first like 3 or 4 days, and I'm feeling pretty proud of that.
Yes. So I want to know, how many clones are there of you?
Not enough.
Mm.
There's, if I feel if I had more clones of me, I could get so much more done.
Right. I thought about that, and here's the problem I've had with having more clones of me. Number one, we all want to be in charge. Number two, we would never take responsibility for something that happened. So it would be a lot of, listen to me, I didn't do that.
Listen up here, I didn't do it.
Yes, exactly. Like that's all the clones would just consistently say that over and over again. Hey, listen to me. I didn't do that.
See, I don't want to get into like a multiplicity situation, the whole like
Dolphin.
I don't know. Yeah, you know. so I just don't have the clone budget, you know.
That's true. That is true.
Whoever Snoop Dogg works with to clone himself in order for him to be in literally every part, in everything and everywhere, I'd love to talk to that guy, but I just don't have the budget.
All right, I've got another question for you. If you were to offer some words of wisdom for all of the young people that are out there attempting to get into this business, to get into the entertainment business of filming, of what we do or what you do with feature lengths or shorts, what advice would you give to them to really just to get them kickstarted into it?
Yeah, get out of your own way. Stop worrying what other people are going to think about it. Stop worrying about who you need to impress. If opportunities are not presenting themselves to you, go find opportunities. If people aren't, if you can't get in with these people that you think you need to get into, create your own lane and do your own thing. And don't ever let somebody tell you that, you know, there's a limit to what you shouldn't let people tell you to do. But like,
certain social constructs that we still have to live under.
Exactly. Do no harm, you know, but don't let people stand in your way. Don't let people tell you can't do things, and shoot your shot. If the opportunity happens in front of you and presents itself, shoot your shot and don't stand in your own way.
I always tell people starting off that when I was a kid, we didn't have telephones like these. We had my cameras, these giant boxy VHS cameras.
Yeah.
We didn't have a way to edit. I had to plug my camera up to a VCR and pause record. The bottom line is there is no amount of equipment that you can purchase to make you good at what you do. There is no amount of time you can spend in classes that will make you perfect at what you do. What you need is to just do it. I don't have the most beautiful camera. We had garbage cameras and we still did. I had garbage editing equipment, but we still did. Just do.
Yeah. Making up excuses about there's always going to be 1,000 reasons why you can't do something, but you need to figure out why you can't do it.
Yep. You only need one reason to do it.
All right. So what is a movie or anything you watched, any type of video clip that scarred you as a kid?
Ooh.
Aside, of course, from the Leprechaun.
Yes, aside from the Leprechaun, things that legitimately gave me nightmares. The devil dogs from Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
They really, really fucked me up when I was a kid.
Listen, Ghostbusters was not a movie meant for kids. You could not show that movie to a PG audience nowadays.
No, there was like a lot of people got like the clown from Poltergeist that did them in, and but me, it was the devil dogs and Ghostbusters. They it got me.
Me, it was the meat in Poltergeist. And the guy tearing his face off. That one always stuck with. And E.T., the movie E.T. I was so afraid of aliens, dude. Sad. And I watched the rest of them instead, and it was way darker and more bloody and horrifying.
The Nim?
Yeah, The Secret of Nim.
I loved that movie as a kid. That was my favorite. It was like the sweetest movie.
No, it was not.
Yes, it really was.
There was murder and death and horror. That's Bluth. Don Bluth makes horrifying animation.
No,
Yeah.
I love that movie. It was like one of my comfort movies as a kid.
I love that.
It was adorable little rat. Okay. So where is the strangest place you've ever defecated? Or urinated?
Definitely. I used to wrestle in the basement of a combination pancake house and church.
What?
And
This is the strangest collection of words I've heard.
yeah,
It makes no sense to me. I love it.
that's probably like one half of it was set up with pews and the other half was set up with like dining tables. And then in the basement, they had wrestling shows. So
Where did you find this place?
they booked me. That's the wonders of independent professional wrestling.
Right?
That's hilarious.
You can get a pancake breakfast saved and watch a great wrestling match.
Yeah, all at just a line of people coming down to.
All right, you continue.
Okay, it's my turn. Now, of course, you've mentioned a couple of different movie monster makers. You mentioned Savini and a couple of others. What monster design or lineage story? And again, I know you've said about Pumpkinhead, but is there another like lineage story or legacy monster that stands out to you that you're more likely to sort of replicate their intensity in your movie? Like, what are your monsters going to monster?
Sure. Honestly, a big monster design, I guess, influence for me is my friend Godzilla.
Nice.
Oh.
Big Godzilla fan. I loved all the different monsters and things. King of Godzilla, King of the Monsters is one of I can watch that just like in the background
Nice.
anytime. It's one of my favorites to just kind of
I
throw
hate
on.
to do flashback humor, but let the audience know that in one of his shows, they asked him what creature he would want to be, and he suggested that he would be Godzilla, and also suggested a great point that Godzilla might be an actual like saver of the world
Yeah,
because he's trying to crush all the cities and bring the nature back.
that's right. He's just he's an eco warrior, and maybe we're the parasites, and Godzilla is just fighting for the planet.
Not to mention that he was created from the fallacy of humans attempting to go beyond nature also.
See, we did it to ourselves.
Okay. What cryptid would you say would be the best cryptid to bring out, like to have and make the world a better place, in your opinion?
Like, you mean to make it real?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the squonk. I think the squonk is one of those creatures that could really teach the world to, be a little nicer. Look at this poor depressed creature that's just not
I
it's
love the squonk.
the squonks. He's one of the only creatures that just like he never did anything to anyone.
Yeah.
And people, as all of these creatures go, people just try to shoot them. That's all. Every rendition of the story. So yeah, I think the squonk would maybe make people just care a little more.
I think that would be great. You with a little squonk that followed you around wherever you went.
I would love that.
You could adopt it.
We both just turn into a puddle of tears. And
yeah. Definitely not the oi oi or the Japanese guy with the eyeball in his butt. We did a couple of episodes of our podcast about cryptids, and we found some of the weirdest. There's one that's a giant fish that slides down hills and then rolls back up the top of the hill and sits there and does it over and over again.
The Colorado slide rock bolter.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What in the actual hell is that? I remember when I was a kid, it was the walkers. That video still to today, I can see the video of the what are they called? They're the white walkers.
Oh, the Fresno walkers. Yeah.
Fresno walkers. That video still to this day terrifies my shit. Like, I do video editing and I've seen a lot of cryptid videos and I can easily go, this is this, this is this. I can write all that stuff off. That particular video, when it came out, when I saw it, just the movement of it, it always reminded me of the Muppet Show had these things that moved like that. Yes. And it just, dude, the Fresno Walker fucked my shit up.
All right. So you're a mad scientist. What scientific experiment would you run if money and ethics were not an issue?
Oh, money and ethics?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, take your time.
Here at Rotten, we don't use the E word very often.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would get into some. I think I would make some really insane. Oh no, I would have an army of like half cybernetic lemurs.
Fuck yeah!
I would.
Murder lemurs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extra murdering lemurs.
Monkeys are nothing but murderers. They're not. They're sweet babies.
They're just, well, if that's the whole allure around it, is they'll throw everyone off guard and then monkey army takes over. Lemurs specifically.
I can just see how that would work because I've seen a lot of videos of monkey attacks. Are you going to be really happy when every single man in the world has had his dick ripped off by your lemurs? I know they have a very specific attack pattern that they go for.
They go for.
Yes, they do. They go for lips, noses, anything that hangs off the body.
In captivity. That's mainly it. Just don't mess with them.
Grim's part lemur. She's just part monkey, period.
I see.
She beats me all the time and screams like that.
Matt?
Okay. Look, it's back to me. Okay, so you talked about Blumhouse. What's your favorite Blumhouse?
My favorite Blumhouse. I would have to say within that realm, I really dig the Insidious franchise that they've done. I like that one that they've gone with. I liked the first Paranormal Activity. It it did what it was supposed to do. It was original for what it was then.
I think like me, I have a dicey existence with Blumhouse. I like some Blumhouse and some Blumhouse. I feel like they've kind of watered down the horror industry in a way, made it a little bit more valuable to the masses.
Absolutely.
Which I want my horror movies to be like Unspeakable. I want it to be like like Martyrs, like something that just comes out of fucking nowhere, does not have any explanation. They don't have to tie the ribbons to the air conditioner to make you know that the wind is blowing, basically.
Right.
But the stupidest thing in my favorite Blumhouse movie right now is what is it? Upload.
Oh man.
Yes, the way that guy moves in that movie when he fights is the most genius way I've ever seen anybody fight before.
Yes. Just very
like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to fucking kill you, man. I love that movie.
Okay. If animals could talk, which animal would be the biggest asshole? It's important.
It's monkeys. You already.
No, it's not. You can't. Shut up.
It's
The answer cannot be monkeys.
it's not. It's not. I'm really between like a giraffe and like a turtle. Like giraffes seem like they could be really entitled.
We're way up here.
They're way up here, and everybody, and turtles have just been around for so long, like they're just over people's shit. But I think
they're like the really like the never-ending story turtle. I mean, it's a great example. He's just like, oh, I don't.
Yeah, that's but I think I'm gonna have to go with giraffes. I think giraffes would be the biggest assholes.
I say dolphins, and that is a recorded fact. Dolphins are the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom. I do not care what anybody says.
I think it's birds. They're listening to us and they're paying attention to us all the time. They know all our fucking secrets. They know everything.
They do.
They would use it against us.
Birds.
Untraceable.
Birds are real.
Birds. Has anybody in the audience seen a bird? No. There we go.
Do not answer.
I actually have a pet lovebird, but
oh my god, she has a fucking pet lovebird in our room. What? My mind is blown right now.
Okay.
Yes, it's a peach-cheeked, little peach-cheeked lovebird.
A black man's lovebird.
Oh, they're so sweet when they want to be.
Yes. I love birds.
So let's hit it here. Pumpkinhead, the birds, the monkeys, dude. You read her biography or something.
I
did
my research.
Yeah.
I'm the stalker here. How are you stalking the stalker? Okay, I'm gonna have to up my game.
Yeah, no shit.
Right. See that? I come prepared.
Well, if people see you in public, Bell, the amazing entrepreneur, filmmaker, actor, auteur, what do you want them like? Do you want them to approach you? Do you want them to come and ask you stupid questions?
Oh, absolutely. I encourage it to come say hi. I'm just a normal person. You can come say hi to me. It's totally fine. The thing that always gets me is people don't recognize me when I don't have this little bit of makeup on.
Because, and let me tell you how stupid that is. The fact that that little amount of makeup was the difference between me watching your videos and us all going, that's fucking Kris right there. And oh, is that Kris? He literally fucking has this much makeup, but yet would never place it.
I'm a totally different person. with that. So I get that a lot. People are just like, oh, it's you. So I've had people apologize. They're like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was you. Like, it's okay. It's not, I'm not like offended. Like, you didn't know.
You didn't know, you mother.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things is I straightened my hair for the first time ever at my haunt last season. And when I straightened my hair, nobody knew who I was. And that had never happened to me before, ever. It was insane.
Just like, so yeah, no, I definitely welcome people to come up and say hello to me.
Good, good. I didn't know how to ask that question. It was more like, should people throw money at you in public? That's what you. There's the answer.
Yeah,
So
you know,
if you do that in public, you can kick him in the face.
that's I've been
True
given
story.
permission.
Yeah, true story.
Kick him in the butt too. Get out of here.
So, being that we are running our course on this beautiful interview, and it has
Yes.
been fucking phenomenal having you on.
That's been awesome.
To begin with, I was very trepidatious about it. We don't do our interviews are not very interviewy,
Sure.
but we were worried. Like, I'm like, ah, man, this dude's looking to do some professional shit and get his stuff out there. But you have just the smallest amount of research I did on you. You have so much in common with us, dude.
Yeah.
We fucking love you now.
We were watching
Yeah.
this show and we're like, wait, he's really laid back. You can tell by all of this.
Yep. And your dark sense of humor matches
It's so great.
perfect.
Yes.
I'm glad that I found friends.
Yeah.
You guys have been awesome.
It was a fucking honor having you on. I cannot wait
Yes.
to cross paths with you again at CreepyCon.
Yes.
Best of luck on raising the funds. Everybody listening, go your ass over there on the Indiegogo. Even if you're not thinking about donating, go check it out anyways, because there might be something there that entices you into deciding to make that. Because $10, listen,
Yeah.
for $10, you can go buy a pack of cigarettes, or you can help make a fucking badass movie. What do you want to do?
Honestly, man, like, come help me out. I promise I won't disappoint.
Something I remember from the first year of CreepyCon is I actually had a conversation with you and I got a picture with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. We have to all get pictures again this year.
Yes.
And
Yes.
absolutely.
And if you ever have a need for a bunch of assholes to come on your show, we are there for you, sir.
Absolutely. I would love to set that up. Let's make it happen.
Make it happen.
Let's
Well,
do it.
the pleasure is all ours again for
Yes.
tonight.
Yes.
I hope you just get a ton of fucking people out
Thank
there helping
you.
get that movie together. You guys get your tickets for CreepyCon. Come see this man. Come cheer him on.
It was awesome meeting you guys last year. It was awesome being on the show with you tonight. I super appreciate it.